Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to do a demo on providers dependency log file 0304. So let's get into that. And if you see the introductory part just now we have completed. So we are moving on to reviewing the Terraform manifest, whatever we have pre-written for this. Okay. So as we have a existing log file, I have put it for us. So I am not going to write these files from scratch. So we are going to discuss these files. So one is c1 versions.tf. So discuss about Terraform AWS and random pet provider versions, and also discuss about random pet resource and then S3 bucket resource, and also the Terraform log file whatever we have. So let's go back to our Visual Studio Code, and in 0304, so in Terraform manifest, let's start with c1 versions.tf. okay, so you have the Terraform version, required version defined here, and for your required providers you have AWS provider, and you are saying that greater than or equal to 2.0.0 is your version constraint here. Okay, and for random provider you just provided 3.0.0, whatever the version, that is fine for us. Okay, our core focus is on AWS provider, and its version constraint is greater than or equal to 2.0.0, which means if there is no log file, so then it is automatically going to give the 3.27.0 whatever is latest available for us today. Okay, so if we go ahead and then search for Terraform AWS provider, and we'll find the latest version information here. So let me go here, and if you see version 3.2.27, okay, this is the latest version available today. So if as part of this version constraint, if there is no log file here, then it is going to download 3.27.0, which you have seen in our previous examples also. But now we have a log file here. Okay, so before going to log file, let's see the provider block, standard block, which says that region is US East 1 and then profile is default. And now the second is S3 bucket. Okay, so you want to create a S3 bucket. So the resource is AWS underscore S3 underscore bucket, and its name, whatever we are putting here, is just sample. Okay, so internal reference for this bucket. Okay, and then you need to provide the bucket and then region in which it need to create it, etc, etc. So I'll say US East 1 or something. Okay, so I'll create like this. Okay, so now this is my bucket, region is US East 1, it need to be created, and ACL is public read. Just I am enabling the public read ACL, it's an optional one. And the bucket name, so bucket name should be always an unique name for your S3 bucket you need to create. So across the AWS, so what we are doing here is we are creating a random pet resource of length 5 and with a separator of hyphen. Okay, so it will create a random bucket name. Okay, so let's see how it is going to create once it is completed. Okay, so length 5 and then separator with hyphen. Okay, so it will create a random pet name for our bucket name. So we brought the random underscore pet dot pet name dot id here. Okay, so which means here a random pet name will be created with the length as 5, which means with a separator hyphen, which means something like this. Okay, some name here in AMES. Okay, some ABCD, some pet names. Okay, so I am just giving something here, GHIJK something. Okay, so like this it will create a big name for us with a separator as hyphen. Let's see how it creates so that you'll get a clear understanding of what it creates. Okay, and the next thing is Terraform log.hcl. Okay, so here whatever it is saying is the constraint whatever you have given is greater than or equal to 2.0.0, which already it made a note in the log file, and the version it used earlier is 2.50.0 with all these hashes. Okay, and this is the random provider related versions and then constraints. Okay, so now what we are going to do, this is originally is a backup. By any chance for git ignore, if I say that if I enable this .terraform.log.hcl should not be allowed for check-in, so if I use that, then automatically you should have a original file with you so that you can copy it to terraform.log.hcl, .terraform.log.hcl. For that purpose I have put it, but original or this is same, and then we are going to use the core one .terraform.log.hcl. So now we have reviewed the files. So in our next step is going to be to move on to initialize and then apply this configuration. So let's go ahead and then initialize and then apply and then see what it is going to happen. So let's go to the terminal and go to 03 and then we are going to 0304 provider dependency log file and Terraform manifest, and I'm going to say Terraform init. So this should download the AWS provider of version v2.50.0 and then it is downloading the same version. So if I go to .terraform folder and providers and registry, and if you see here HashiCorp and AWS, inside that you can see 2.50.0 is downloaded for us. Okay, so now let's come out of this Terraform folder and I'll say Terraform validate to validate our files. So it is saying that C1 version line 22 in provider, so there is a typo, so you have tested the validate now as part of this. So let's go here and fix that. Okay, so R, so whatever the typo we have got fixed. Now one more time try the Terraform validate and it is good, and let's say Terraform plan what it does now, right? So let's wait for the Terraform plan. So it is going to add two resources, random pet resource, which is a local resource in the Terraform state file it will be stored, and it is also going to create a S3 bucket for us. Okay, and bucket name we are going to know after it is applied. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Terraform apply and then auto approve. So let the bucket get created. See, the bucket name it has created is like this. Okay, notably, visually, rightly, wealthy, coyote. Okay, so this is the name it has created using this random pet name. Okay, so random pet, and it has created like this. Okay, so this will be our bucket name. So let's go and then verify if this bucket has created successfully. Okay, so let's go here and then go to S3 and verify the same. So it should be created now. Okay, so it got created. Okay, so now the next thing here is, let's go back to our this one and discuss about the Terraform log.hcl and then HCL first init. So first copy this one, our existing log file, just copy it as like this. Okay, so that we have a copy of the file, and then diff and then C for first init, and then there are any differences from original file. Okay, what happened? .terraform .log HCL hyphen first init and .terraform .log HCL hyphen original. Okay, so not much differences from core content perspective, those look good. Okay, so now the next thing is, so we have if we go back and then see that there is no changes in the log file because whatever is present here, the same thing is downloaded. So now one thing we can do here is, so we can move on and then upgrade that and then see how it behaves. Okay, so in our next lecture we'll focus on executing the step 4 and then understand more about it. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.